and it also looks pretty badass.
What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian and welcome to C-Roll Productions. You guys, I just got back from my 6:30 showing of Spider-Man Far From Home. Now in this video, we're going to be talking spoilers. So if you have yet to see the film, I don't want to spoil anything for you because I'm not a dickhead. So go watch it. I know it's still early in the week. Go watch it. Maybe come back this weekend, watch my video, and we can discuss Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, Spider-Man Far From Home was definitely one of my most anticipated films of the year. I just was so excited from that first trailer. I was so excited from the announcement of Jake Gyllenhaal playing Mysterio. That is what got me really hyped about this film. And Jon Watts is still directing this film. He directed Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, being Jon Watts, he knew everything from Infinity War to Endgame because he was working on Spider-Man Far From Home, which is literally takes place right after Avengers Endgame. So he had to know the entirety of the script of Avengers Endgame, which can be pretty mind-boggling if you really think about it. Knowing that big-ass secret while shooting Spider-Man Far From Home without trying to spoil anything, telling anybody anything, especially being around Tom Holland, because we all know Tom Holland has a mouth and he likes to spoil some things. But Spider-Man Far From Home, you guys, boy oh boy, I saw it in IMAX and they were giving out these little gifts. What can be inside? Let's see. Pop it open. Let's pop it open. God damn. This is a little Spider-Man toy. Little Spider-Man figurine with the red and black suit. One of my favorite suits in the film. Where do I start? My first thoughts and impressions of the film. Boy, I love this film. This film from start to finish was so much fun. It embodied Spider-Man. Seeing Peter struggle while trying to go on vacation and just be a normal teenager with putting all the superhero shit aside just from there, just to get to know the girl he really likes and be on vacation. And then having Nick Fury come in and try to ruin all that and being the dickhead Nick Fury that we all know, not that Captain Marvel Nick Fury, if you know what I'm talking about. And he's just trying to, the struggle of balancing relationships, friendships, being a superhero, trying to live up to the Iron Man image. It was a struggle, but it was a struggle I loved to see Peter go through. The things that he was enduring in this film were pretty heartfelt. And I understand some aspects of this film personally. I remember going on field trips, right? Like this was back in like elementary school, wanting to sit next to the girl I really liked and I couldn't sit next to her. Like I understand some of that thing when Peter was dealing with MJ, and it was so relatable. And that's why we love Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is a relatable character. We were all teenagers once. We were all kids. We understand crushes and relationships. It just happens. It's a natural part of life. But the gist of the film, like I said, Peter's struggling, trying to be, the teenager while trying to fall in love with the girl of his life and becoming a superhero and just really embodying what Nick Fury thinks Iron Man thought, Peter was capable of, and it was great. It was fantastic. Like right off the back, like Quentin Beck, Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, yo. Whoo, my God. All right, let's start off. The visual effects in this movie were fantastic. I'm gonna say my old classic word. Fan-fucking-tastic. It was astonishing, beautiful. Orgasms to the eyes. It was really, really good. And Quentin Beck and the whole plot twist to this, I saw coming because if you read any comics, you know that Mysterio is an illusionist. He only wants you to see what he wants you to see. And the whole plot twist turned out, it was crazy. I didn't know it was gonna be something like that. I really didn't. It was fun to see. And in a very drastic change of character too, because when you're first introduced to Quentin Beck, Mysterio, he's very serious. He's a mentor to Peter, and when they first meet, and then by the time, that plot twist comes in, it's a total game changer. And you're like, what? Really? Like, my girlfriend was like, oh, I didn't expect that. obviously she's not too familiar with the comics, so it was pretty fun to see because I knew something was coming. I just didn't know when and how. But Mysterio was fantastic, y'all. Fantastic. Let's talk Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Now, Homecoming, I enjoyed, but there were some aspects to Homecoming that I wish I saw more of or just added to. Like, I wanted bigger action set pieces. I wanted, Spider-Man web swinging through the city and really showing off his skills. I felt like we didn't get that in Homecoming. And Far From Home, we got that and tenfold. Tom Holland really embodied Spider-Man and Peter Parker. He was so believable. Like, when there were scenes where he was just emotional, it was great. It was fantastic. And when there were scenes where, he was kind of being awkward and dorky and geeky, like, it was great. It was believable. I'm like, yes, that's my Spider-Man. Yes, that's what I love about it. He did a fantastic job. This is probably the best I've seen him in all the films that he's done. And he's done a lot. He's done, like five Marvel movies already. This is probably, the best acting out of all of them when we're talking Tom Holland. But more of this plot twist with Mysterio. Something I didn't see coming. Stuff that got called back to the first Iron Man. Craziness. Like, apparently Quentin Beck worked for... Okay, so before I start this, the whole Earth 818, whatever it was, the multiverse is a bunch of crock. And we all should have knew. I even kind of called it. Everybody called it. Well, we were like, well, how do we know to believe Mysterio? He's an illusionist. He lies. He's a liar. He's a pathological liar. He believes his own lies. So the whole, being from another multi-dimension and multiverse was a crock of bullshit. He used to work for Tony Stark. But Tony fired him and his crew and and he didn't believe in his vision and his technology. So he really took that to heart and, came up with the whole concept, the idea of Mysterio. And, he was really believed by it, and he really, really dug the character, and he wanted to make a difference for the smaller people, because, he was so keen on being the next Iron Man. That's what he wanted to be. He wanted to be the face of the superheroes, the next Iron Man. He wanted, the small people to get to some recognition, some glow, right? So I understood that part of it, but it was so cool seeing callbacks from Iron Man, seeing callbacks from Civil War. Like, damn. That's what I love about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It has the capability to pull from other films from the past and make it all connect. Like, that shit is sick. Like they did with Endgame. Like, it's amazing how the continuity flows so well throughout this entire universe. It's really mind-boggling, and I love it. I really, really enjoy it. But, wanting to become the next Iron Man and, taking him and his crew and creating all these, the Stark tech, like the glasses that Peter was, that Tony left behind for him. He accidentally made the wrong mistake believing in Mysterio. Because like I said, the dynamic relationship between Peter and Mysterio were so good. It was so believable. Like you felt like that relationship was real, but it was fake all along. It was fake all along. Quentin Beck he didn't fuck with Peter, and he was a liar. And, when Peter gave him the glasses and to control all that high-tech, military, whatever, in space, the satellites and shit like that, all the drones, like, I knew that was a mistake. I was like, don't do that. Iron Man trusted you with it. He trusted you with it. And then, Peter was just like, well, I just want to be a kid. I just want to be a 16-year-old teenager who's kicking it in London and Venice and Paris. Like, I want to live my life and experience things, like a normal teenager would. So he gave the responsibility to Quentin Beck. But lo and behold, did he know that was a mistake. The elementals, everything was an illusion, all fake. I was like, okay, I didn't expect that. When I found out like everything was an illusion, everything was fake, I was like, that's pretty fucking awesome. That's cool. I like that aspect of it. Let's talk Mary Jane. Now, Mary Jane is a very different Mary Jane. She's not your typical MJ. Michelle is not Mary Jane. I just called her Mary Jane. I'm sorry. MJ. Her real name is Michelle. She's not your typical MJ, right? She's not the damsel in distress. She's smart. She hints at certain things and she'll call you out, and she's brutally honest. That's what I love about her. She's not the damsel in distress. She's not the dumb blonde. Oh, I didn't know you were Spider-Man this entire time. Like, it's not that. we're in a world where, you know, you can write brilliant, smart women characters. And I love the fact that Marvel's really embracing that. It's not 2002, you know what I mean? They're not the damsel in distress anymore. They're not. They're fighting alongside you. And I love that. And sometimes they take the lead. And that's why I really, really love about this version of MJ. It's really, really good, you guys. I love Ned and Betty and their whole relationship. The comedic aspects of this film were fantastic. Fantastic stuff, and I really enjoyed it. It was funny, made me laugh. The whole teachers and all the students flash. It was great, and it was fun seeing, you know, Peter trying to do his thing, you know, with trying to get with MJ and the other love interest in the middle. Like, it was pretty fun to watch. And I love the fact that this film really explained the whole 5-year period. Like, that was cool at the beginning of the movie to see, you know, the snap and everything. Like, I was like, oh, thank God they explained that. They talked about that. You know, the people who got snapped away came back, but everybody else, they got older. So it was pretty crazy to see. But I like the fact that they really explained that. Let's talk action sequences. Fantastic. Some of the best action sequences I've seen in any Spider-Man movie. Amazing stuff. The whole illusion scenes with Mysterio when he was fighting Spider-Man. Holy shit. Felt like I was playing Spider-Man PS4. It was amazing. Fantastic stuff, you guys. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. Like I said, the CGI in this movie was so damn good. And there was one particular scene that... The whole Tony Stark scene where Iron Man came out of the grave. Holy shit, that was dope. I was like, no, they didn't. Like, that was so good. And this movie was like a whole thing of, you know, the death of Iron Man. You really got to see things of that nature. Like, you know, everybody, you know, Iron Man this way. Like little, you know, Easter eggs of Iron Man's death. A lot of good stuff in this film, you guys. This film was just genuinely great. I loved it. All the suits, the SHIELD stealth suit was amazing. Fantastic. I loved when he made, like, the whole third act of the film. You know, after he gets hit by the whole, you know, train, and he calls Happy, and, you know, Happy's, you know, he picks him up in the jet, and, you know, they're talking, and, you know, they're trying to figure out a plan, and he's making this whole red and black suit, which I really enjoyed. It was so cool. Like, all that, the whole sequences were so good. I love the relationship between Happy and Aunt May, and, you know, Peter, like, what's wrong? What's going on with you two? I'm kind of curious about that. Like, I really liked that aspect. And the whole third act was great. My God, when he was ready to become the Spider-Man that we know, and he's fighting all the droids, and it was just so good, so good, you guys. I loved it. It was so good. But is Quentin Beck really dead? Who knows? He's a master of illusion. We don't know if he's really dead. Could he be dead? Possibly. But who knows? I'm curious to know, you know, if he will come back in the future and be part of the Sinister Six. I'm curious. And we got to see the last scene, dude, when he grabbed that gun, the whole, you know, Peter tingles, you know, they don't call it the spider sense yet. I get that. But it was sick as hell. Like, it finally kicked in at the right time, and he caught that gun. Woo! That was so cool, man. So cool. And post-credit scenes, holy shit. J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons is back. How cool is that? I lost it. I was like, oh! Like, that was so fan service, geekiness, and that's what all people want. We want the Daily Bugle in New York City. That's what we want. And the post-credit scenes of, you know, Quentin Beck, like, altering what really happened at the end of the film, giving his identity away. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. What the fuck is gonna happen now? What is going to happen? I'm so curious to know. And then, of course, the second post-credit scene with the Skrulls the entire time. Nick Fury and, oh my God, Maria Hill were Skrulls. What the shit? And then he was just kicking it up space in the Skrull spaceship. We're going cosmic, and it's huge, you guys. It's big. But I can't wait, you guys. I'm going to do a separate video on the post-credit scenes to discuss it more time. But Spider-Man Far From Home was damn near perfect. I loved it. Post your comments down below, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about Spider-Man Far From Home. Did you enjoy it? Where would you rank it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Thanks, you guys, for watching my video. Peace.